Hello, Steve Mills here, and I'm here today to show people who are members of the Results Club how to use the Teamwork Project Management tool. This comes free as part of your use and subscription to the Results Club, and is one of two pieces of software that you gain access to as members, the others being our social media portal. But for today, I'm here to show you how to use Teamwork. Now, we use Teamwork to manage our own internal marketing plan and the marketing plan of our clients. Teamwork is actually a project management tool. It's an online tool, and it enables you and any members of your team to gain access from anywhere in the world and at any time of day. As you can see across the top here, it's broken down into several sections, and what I'm going to do is just briefly run through those sections for you. You may have noticed that this is an empty project at the moment, and it's just called my example project. So to kick off, you go to the overview page, and you can see here all the different tasks that have been set for you and or your team. Underneath, the milestones, which are really the goals, and they're there. So there's your task for you, there's your task for your team. And there's again your milestones, and over here everybody's milestones. Over here we get a breakdown of the tasks, the time that you've allocated and how that's working, and a breakdown of users, who's doing what percentage has been carried out by each and every person in your team. Over here we come to what I think is probably the most important thing, and that is getting stuff done, the actual task. So we go into this section here, and at the moment we've just got a blank screen. So I'm going to show you how to start filling this in. The first thing you're going to add is a task list. This groups your tasks into, well, surprisingly into groups. Stating the obvious there, but let me show you what I mean. So I might want a group task called website development. Okay, website development. I can then add privacy, so if it's a private one just for me, or I can allow everybody on the project to see it. There's a milestone, so I could set some goals for this. More about that in a minute. I can go into advanced settings and set up a template. I don't think, to be honest, we've ever done that. I don't think that will be available for you, so sorry about that. Defaults, so who's got priority and is there any set date and so on and so forth. So again, we tend not to really use that. So I'm going to go ahead and add that list. I'm then going to add another list. I'm going to call it marketing strategy. Okay, marketing strategy. So again, I'm going to add that list. Now, actually, I think marketing strategy should probably be one of the most important things that we're doing. So in a moment, I'm going to move that up to the top. But I'm just going to, for now, just add one more, and I'm going to call that social media marketing. Okay, now obviously you can add, I think within reason, as many of these as you like. You might want one for your email marketing, for networking, for referral marketing. Perhaps it's a sort of short-term task, i.e. build, new website build that, starts today and lasts for 2 months. You can add a list like that. Or maybe it's an exhibition that you're doing in 2 months' time and you want to add that as a task list. But for now, we'll just leave it at that. So we go to website development, and we're going to add the first task under that. And I'm going to put here, I can't spell it. Review all website pages. Okay, so so we've got a task here called review all website pages. Make sure that the pages are optimized, make sure we've got the best headlines, the best words, and so on and so forth. And you can see it sort of pulls up a couple of people who are automatically joined into projects. For me, obviously for you, we'll remove those unless you wanted some sort of support. But for now, you're just on the results program, so that's not part of that support. But if in the future you do, then obviously come and speak to us. So for now, I'll just set it as a task for me, shall we? We'll then say, right, when am I going to do it? Well, I'm recording this on the 18th of June, so I'll say sometime between the 18th of June and the end of the week. So it's going to be done this week. If it was somebody else sending me this, they might want to notify me, so I definitely get the update. And also, perhaps it's a couple of people, maybe Gemma and myself are working on it. So again, we could add that there. We then come under here, and I've just put review website. So under here, provide detailed description. So I might say something like, make sure every page has got a photo on it, add videos to these 6 pages, you know, improve the headline, improve the words, and so on and so forth. Now, perhaps I want to add a file to this thing. You know, perhaps I've rewritten some words in PowerPoint, for example, or in Word, and I want to add that to that. In this next section, we can make this particular task private, so that only you or only a particular person can see it. In the next one, it's all about priority. Now, we use a system internally. If it's high, it has to be done today. Excuse me. Medium is really important, and low is basically less important. We then come to this next section, and we've got a sliding scale here where we can say, look, you know, it's 90% done, or it's not started yet, or so on and so forth. And we can basically allocate some hours to that if we would like to do so. We could create some followers, so it might be Gemma's task, but I'm going to follow it just to see how Gemma's progressing, and perhaps if she needs some help. The next one is dependency. So for example, if my role was to upload new text to a website, but Gemma's role was to write that text, then I'd set this up as a dependency. In other words, I can't do it until Gemma's done her bit, and it just clearly defines that in the system. It might be that actually, do you know what? We want to review all the web pages at least once every 6 months. Okay, so we can set up here every 6 months we're going to review that, and that could be an ongoing thing, or we're just going to do it for the next couple of years. So again, we change that there. So let me just remove that. The next one here, again, you know, quite an important one. It basically adds a reminder. So if I've not done it, let's say I've set that to do this week. If I've not done it by Thursday, it's going to ping up. I can set it to ping up and give me a reminder. And the last one, very easily, it's just a way of adding a tag, in other words, to group it into something. So I might have a tag called Steve's Tasks or something like that. So that's it, really. That's how to do that. I'll just cancel that for now because I don't need that one done. And then, you know, we've got another one called marketing strategy, which is more, you know, it might be set a marketing budget, define the target market, review your products, things like that. And then obviously on social media, you know, that works in a similar way. The next tag along is called Milestones. This is where you set up all your goals. And I often speak to people and they go, well, I don't know what to do, Steve. What should I do? Let's just keep it simple here, yeah? You're putting together a marketing plan, I assume, to grow your business. So you might want to think, how big's your business now and how much do you want to grow? So if you're turning over, for example, 300,000 and you really want to get to 400,000, I just simply go in here and type in increase turnover to 400,000. I always like putting a profit in here because it's no use turning over 400 if your costs are 500. So increase turnover to 400,000 with a 25% profit. Very important. Income is vanity, profit is sanity. Okay, so who's responsible for that? Well, in this case, I'm going to just use me. So it's going to be me. I'll just click that. Oh, sorry, I've not done that. Have I unticked myself there? Okay, when's it going to be done by? Okay, because, you know, the old SMART model, it's no use having a target to increase turnover if it doesn't have a due-by date. Okay, so let's say by the end of this year, I'm going to get my turnover up from 300,000 to 400,000. Okay, I then maybe add that as a task there, so I can, sorry, as a milestone or a goal. Yeah, and that's simply how that works. It's really cool. We then go into the next one, which is messages. And basically this is just a place where you can keep all your emails, or you can send all your emails, your messages to everybody on this particular project. So you click there, you put a headline in, you type some text, whatever you want to type, and this is going to go out to everybody on the project or to selected people. If this is just a message to Gemma, I can click that there and out that goes to Gemma, and that's as simple as that. Next one, files. This is a place where you'd add all your files, so anything to do with this project. Could be spreadsheets, Word documents, PowerPoint presentations, PDFs, anything like photos, anything like that that you might want to access from anywhere in the world. You can upload it here and you'll always have it saved there online. Next one here is time. You know, time is a real big factor in everybody's lives, and how much time are you allocating to it and how much time have you spent? A couple of ways of doing it. You can just start the timer if you click that, and then you can see here in the bottom left hand corner, so far I've spent 5 seconds and counting on this particular task, which is talking about time. I then click the button there to log. Are you sure you want to stop the timer? Yes, I am. And you can see here that I've spent the total of 17 seconds on this particular task. And if I just put that, talking about timer. Okay, you get the idea here, I'm sure. If you don't want to do it that way, and I tend not to, because I always forget to turn the timer off, so I just go in here, log time, and I'll just put, right, what time did I start, what time did I finish, how long did it take, is it billable or not, describe what it is, time, session, just put that for now, and then log this time. So you can see there I've logged some more time. Yeah, does that make sense? I hope it does, and I hope you use that. Next one is notebooks. So in a notebook, click there to add a notebook, and I'll show you what it's like. It's almost like a place where you might want to put notes to do with a project. We tend to use it with things like minute notes. You know, if we've had a minute with a client, we'll make all the notes in here. We might use it to add all our keywords. So it might be for us internally or for our clients. We do some keyword research. These are the words we want to get found on Google, and we add it into a nice little notebook so everybody can see it there. Next one here is, we use this, oh sorry, let me just come out of that, let's just cancel that. Okay, we use this one here, links, for all our passwords and things like that. So you can click on here, put the title, so Steve's linked in So Steve's LinkedIn, we'll put a link to my LinkedIn, and then in here we put my username and password. And that's how we use that. So we might have one for our website, another one for our Google login, and so on and so forth. So again, it's a great place, very secure, by the way. Although I will just let you know here, because I'm the administrator, I will have access to your project, so I'll be able to see how you're getting on. Only me, not everybody. I'll get rid of Gemma and Sarah, so just I can look. So I want to see if you're actually using Teamwork and how you're progressing. And I might, if with your permission, just sometimes just comment on it and give you some feedback as to how you're doing, as part of adding additional value to you. Billing, you really don't need to worry about that unless you're going to use that billing side of the of time and you're going to invoice through it. We don't, but if you want to, you can. Comments, again, no real comments at the moment. Comments, by the way, are let's say under tasks, you can add a comment. So let me just show you so you know what I'm talking about here. So develop new page. Okay, so the task is to develop a new page. Steve Mills allocated there. Okay, so then we look at this and you think, right, I need to help Steve do this. So you click here and it opens up a comment. See that there? So you could basically say, let's say it said, let's just go back into it again, just give you a better example. Steve Mills, 4th of June, and he said he's going to do it by the 11th. Okay, so this is late. Okay, see how it brings up a red because it's late. Should have been finished a week ago. It's not been finished, so you might want to go in here and say, when is this going to be completed, Steve? And I'm just being kind here, and I want to send that to Steve. I might put something a little bit stronger. Come on, Steve, let's get this sorted quick as you can. Okay, so we click that there, and that sends Steve an update. Okay, so I'll come out of there for now because I don't want to do that. So that's comments. People. This is a list of your people, the people on your profile. I will give you admin rights to this, so you should be able to add your own people. If you can't, just get hold of me and I'll show I can do it for you. So that's your list of people, and then we go into settings here, and you can if you let's say for example, excuse me. You didn't want the links thing where you saved your passwords. You can just go in here and actually turn it off. See how it's disappeared from up here now? So if you don't want that, then you can do that. If you don't want comment, well, if you don't want billing, that's probably more one that people tend not to use. You can click that there and just get rid of that. So depending on which way you want. There's another one there called risks. So what are the risks associated with completing this project? You can just go in there and add that if you want to. And so on. So it's quite versatile, but like all things in life, it's only as good as the people who use it. If you don't use it, it won't have any value to you. But it does do some external things, like for example, every day it gives me a list of exactly what needs doing and when. It's really useful from a point of view of if you have people working remotely, you can see what they've done. You can see what they've not done. They can see what they've done in live time from anywhere in the world. Another big advantage, it has an app, it's not brilliant, but it's pretty good. So you can download the app and have it on your mobile. You have your marketing plan on your mobile. And for me, it's a great piece of software, and one that I strongly encourage you to set up your marketing plan on here, and then as ever, take action. So that's about it. That's all I've got to show you. I hope you found that interesting, and I look forward to speaking to you again in the near future. Thank you very much for joining the Results Club. And again, I will say with the Results Club, it's all about taking action. Get watching those videos and starting to implement the ideas you learn in the teamwork. Allocate it, you got to prioritize it. You can't get everything done at once. So it might be that you start setting tasks for now, in a month, in 2 months, in a year's time, but get the ideas down on paper, as it were, or on the project management software, and then you can start using it. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. Thanks for joining, and enjoy teamwork.